like
Meditation would piss me off.
people who are not very smart, people who don't have enough achievements.
That's not easy. That's not easy to live like that.
It's not.
I just found out about it. My mind was blown. When they close their eyes, no matter what you tell them, they cannot imagine things. Do you have like your own voice? Do you hear your own voice in your head? Do you have hear dialogues?
Constantly.
Here you go.
Not only that, my dialogues are sometimes in different languages.
What puts you in a comfort, in a relaxing state, and when, for example, when you're stressed and you don't know what to do, and the day was horrible, and you come home, what do you do?
That's a good question. There are different things that I do. Sometimes it just depends on like what kind of upset and or aggravated I am. You know how sometimes you're like so like and
Yeah.
the thing to do is to do something physical at that point. You either clean or you get on a treadmill or you do something to like wash this negative energy
Or
out.
take ashwagandha. That's what I do.
Okay, you could take ashwagandha, but then that takes time to like kind of level you out, whatever, right? So sometimes that helps a lot just to do something physically to like get it out. Sometimes when it's more of like upset and it's like an internal thing of like maybe sadness and or maybe like I don't want to say depression because depression has been like overused and it's not really appropriate here, but essentially just sadness, right? So then, watching a movie or doing your favorite hobby, like play, like my thing is like I embroider recently. So that helps me kind of refocus onto something else. It just depends on what kind of mood it is,
Like, yeah, like physical things don't work. Like, I know that a lot of people like, let's also just run or jog or the same, or the yoga, meditation would piss me off. I would be so like pissed off and frustrated if I started doing meditation when I'm upset about something. But like I cannot get myself like, if I feel it's boiling, like I need to take like ashwagandha. That's, I don't drink, so that's what the only thing that helps me. Doesn't, nothing really else works on me. Like I don't even want to do anything physical, when I'm stressed, like, or I'll go on the phone and I watch like TikTok.
Yeah, sure.
100 TikToks in 10 minutes and I feel better.
Like my kid says, mind rot.
Exactly. Mind rot. Yeah, it's like there's so many things going on every day. And like when you're at work, you cannot do anything with your frustration, right? You cannot take any ashwagandha because it will relax you too much probably, or you cannot do yoga or meditation. You cannot exercise. Like what do you do at work? People stress you out of your mind. What do you do?
At work specifically?
Yeah, like you're in
I
the
don't know.
situation, like you want sometimes at work, like I feel like, okay, right now I'm very stressed. I need to do something, but I can't because I need to continue with work,
Yeah. Yeah,
I need to
sometimes
do
I know.
things.
You know when that happens to me when people start calling my name, like and I'm doing like one thing, I didn't finish that one thing, and they call me and they ask me for something else.
Mm-hmm.
They either ask me a question or they ask me to do something, but I didn't finish that initial thing that I was doing. Then yes, I get aggravated because I want to help and answer to everyone, but I can't because it's only one me.
Yeah.
So at that point, like I try to catch myself and realize that this is what's happening because if I don't catch myself, then I become nasty. And you don't want me nasty. And what happens is
I never seen you nasty.
no,
I
no,
don't know.
no. I can be. So I catch myself and I say, hold on. And then I finish that one thing that I was doing initially. And then I turn and I try to take turns and finish the next thing. It seems sometimes where everything kind of has to happen at the same time. But honestly, unless it's a true emergency, there's nothing really like, unless someone's dying right now,
Yeah.
you can wait. So essentially, everyone has their own agenda and everyone wants things done immediately. But if I'm the only one who can help you, I cannot help all 10 of you at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. I had to catch myself on time and then just tell them to wait politely and then do one thing at a time. Otherwise, I go insane.
Yeah. For me, it's for some reason I think that I should know everything. Like for some reason, I think that I should know every part of the job mine and somebody else. And if new things come up, for some reason, I think that I should have known
Right.
those things, even they're like completely new and I've never heard of it. And I feel like stupid and frustrated with myself that I don't know those things. And I'm like, but it's like normal. But it's like before I get to that thought, I'm already frustrated with myself and like very, very stressed. Like, why don't I know that? Like I should
You know
have
what's funny? That's fine.
all the time.
Remember I told you I read the 3 books on imposter syndrome, and that's actually one of the archetypes of the imposter syndrome is the genius. So it's an internal thought of a person that not thought, a belief, an internal belief that they should know everything. And if they
Mhm.
don't know everything automatically, then they're stupid, right? And it's one of the things that is really not that healthy for you. And a lot of people have it.
It's
A
actually
lot of
syndrome.
people have it. A lot of
Mm,
people have it. And or sometimes they try to learn new things, and if they can't learn it from the first 2 seconds, they get
yeah.
frustrated and they're like, "How come I can't learn it? Then it means that I'm not good enough."
Yeah, that's me all the time. If I instantly don't figure something out,
Right.
that's it. That's the end of the word. And have to figure out myself. Like you have a healthy approach to this. You know that you have to go to someone who already went through this road and can help you. That's not my mentality. My
Well,
mentality is
that's not
get to it yourself.
that's not my mentality all the time, not really. But I've learned to do that. I've learned to do that. And I said, I cannot be an expert in everything. Sometimes I just have to give it to the person who knows how to do it. Or I have to ask for help for me to learn this. And then I'll know how to do it.
Yeah, like that's very difficult for me to change. And I feel like other people sometimes also think that I should do that and should know. Maybe they don't, but that's
Mhm.
what I have in my mind. I,
Oh,
I put my thoughts in their minds, in other people's minds. Like, but I
exactly. And
can't read other people's minds.
that's exactly, I'm telling you, that's imposter syndrome 101. Um,
Wow, I did not know that.
People do that all the time. They think that they know how people perceive them, and they think that they know how people will perceive them in case something happens, right?
Yeah,
Like you don't if you say I don't know, then you think that everyone will think certain things of you. And
yeah. I
really
cannot say I don't know. Like it's my I have a difficult time to pronounce these words.
yeah.
I,
Look,
I,
look, 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 look. I can
oh
lend
my
you this
god,
book. Look
I
how
need
many
to.
little no not notes, but what are they called? Like little stickies I made on this
Oh
well
my God, I need to read it. I need to read it. But the funniest thing is also like it concerns only like my work and things I have to do something with person like I've done already in the past. I have an experience and like I refuse acknowledge there's new things come up and they something that I cannot automatically know, but it doesn't concern the things that like common
look, that's
knowledge.
true. It's
Bless
true.
you. Yes,
Thank
it's true.
you.
Like I can easily say, like I'm stupid and I don't know why trees are green. The knowledge is like this, like common knowledge or history or something like this. It only comes with like with profession, with things I can like things that I'm supposed to know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not everything else. Everything else, I easy admit that I'm stupid, but not here. Not in
Be
this work.
correct, because imposter syndrome, the way that it works is you have to achieve something in a field
Mm-hmm.
or in a not field perspective like specifically, but you have to achieve something and you have to be in a certain level to think that you're an imposter. You can't think that you're an imposter if you're a kid. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like if
because
you
yeah,
didn't
there's no
achieve
past. Yeah.
anything, like if you
Mm-hmm.
didn't achieve
Mm-hmm.
anything just yet, there's nothing to compare you to and nothing to bring you down.
There are
And
no base. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
correct. And then imposter syndrome, again, usually people who suffer from imposter syndrome are very, very highly educated, they're highly experienced, they're um high achieving people.
It's
People who
crazy.
are not very smart,
Mm-hmm.
people who don't have enough achievements, they very rarely have imposter syndrome.
They never doubt themselves. That's what,
Exactly.
right?
They
Okay.
don't doubt themselves. They think they're the best, and in their universe, it's true.
That's
But
why they're millionaires, Nadia.
yes, probably yes. The people who analyze, who think about it, who are again highly achieving people, those are the people who suffer from imposter syndrome. What
That's
was
horrible.
interesting for me in that book is that I thought it was more of a female thing. So
Mm-hmm.
it turns out it affects men and women equally, but different genders deal with it differently. So a
Mm-hmm.
woman who has an imposter syndrome, most of the time, what she does is she says, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to get better and I'm going to prove everyone that I'm good, right? But her standards of good keep moving up. And so she keeps having that imposter syndrome and she keeps, putting herself down.
Yeah, yeah.
So no
Mm-hmm.
matter how high she's going to get, she's still going to
Mm-hmm.
think that, she didn't deserve it. It was luck. It wasn't really her work that brought her there. Or like, if everyone worked this hard, everyone could have done it. Those are the types of thoughts. In the scenario of a male having imposter syndrome, what they do is they usually surround themselves with other males who are lower than them in knowledge and in experience and in general, right? So who are
Uh-huh.
a step less. And so
Mm-hmm.
essentially they kind of make themselves feel good about themselves because everybody else knows less
Mm-hmm.
and
So
everybody
the
is, you know, so there's no need to climb further.
to prove anything to anyone. Okay, because yes, there's that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I like prefer people who are like smarter than me,
Right?
around me. Yeah,
Yeah. So
but
this is a
but
good
it constantly makes me, conscious about
subconscious, definitely.
my
Yes,
intellectual abilities and everything else.
100%.
Interesting.
All the time.
Interesting.
And after reading this book, and you know how like I've gotten several of them, and they say one of them is called Overcome, right? Your imposter syndrome. The other one says the imposter syndrome cure. After reading those two books, I realized there's no overcoming it. There's no curing it. There's no resolving it. You live with it.
Damn.
You live with
Damn.
it. But you learn to live with it in a way that it stops negatively impacting your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still gonna come back. It's because it's in your head. It's not like you can clean out a portion of your head or your psyche or your, internal thoughts. It's not like you can wipe it clean. You can work on thinking a different way. You can work on employing certain techniques. And you can definitely employ those techniques, but is it going to be 100% cured? No, because it's part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something, yeah, I even like, I wrote the whole scenario and everything for like a short 5 module course on imposter
Mm-hmm.
syndrome. Guess what? Never recorded it. Why? Because I have imposter syndrome. So I wrote it, and then in my head, I'm like, who's gonna buy it? No one's gonna. No one wants it. Why would I?
Oh my God.
So I self sabotaged myself, and it's just sitting there. It's okay, waiting for its time.
Okay, the time has come, Nadia. Do it. Just do it. Oh my gosh. That's not easy. That's not easy to live like that.
It's not.
Because you never satisfied. You never think that other people are satisfied. You always think that somebody expects from you something.
No. You
And
see,
you don't know if you can give it.
the hardest thing in life turns out is living with yourself.
Hmm.
That turns out to be the hardest thing in life.
And money. I want money. I want a lot of money.
Well, we all want money, but then again, if you think about it
It
deeply,
will be easier to live.
it would be easier to live, yes, but you won't escape from yourself even if you have, you know,
Yeah, that is
millions
true.
of dollars. You're still
That
gonna
is
be in
true.
your head.
But like for example, if I would go skiing
Mm-hmm.
or go to St. Lucia and
Mm-hmm.
climb mountains, that would
Mm-hmm.
be helpful. I think it will be helpful at least for that amount of time.
It would be helpful to an extent, but you see
Yeah,
how why is it that people who have fame and money, um, they still suffer from depression?
yeah,
They still go into drug, alcohol abuse or whatever else. Why do they have to turn to substances? It's because you still live in your head. It
yeah.
doesn't matter who you are or how much money you have, you're still in your head.
Like I think I told you, like I worked with a person a few years back, who is in his 70s, I think now. He didn't work a day in his life, like real
Mhm.
job that he actually had to like submit a resume and he would be hired. He sort of worked for his parents, his mother and him, and he in particular is not just depressed, but like deeply depressed all the time, and he doesn't know what he wants. He cannot find his partner in crime, and it's always depression and always complaining about something. Like he has money, he has everything, he can travel, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
But there's so much like I for me I cannot just I can't understand how can you have it in your head having everything, and be so depressed. Like for me it's so difficult. For me it would be so easy to live his life, like I think to myself.
Again, it's 100%. That's what we think. We think money will
Yeah,
solve all of our problems, but again, we still live in our head. And it doesn't matter where we live, we have to deal with ourselves. And that's why, this is the hardest thing to do.
yeah. And he's like, how do you live? You have a cope mechanism. My cope mechanism is just do it. You have no choice. Like that's my
Exactly.
cope mechanism.
No,
And he
100%. But even if he, say, for example, one day if he loses all his money and he needs to survive, right, somehow, most likely he'll survive. But
I don't know how.
will he be a happy person? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no.
No, because he's never been happy in his life. And I also remembered him because I did a video about their business and about interviewing his mother in him.
Mhm.
And this video came up on my feed on
Mhm.
YouTube,
Mhm.
and I haven't seen this video for a while. And there was a comment from somebody who worked with them years ago,
Mhm.
and the comment was like, how they were always unhappy and fighting and all of that. And it was like she worked with them years ago. And I'm like, wow. Like he's telling me that like right now because they moved and they sold the store, he's not happy. But it was years ago when they were booming. Their business was booming. It was the same situation. So it just you have it or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah,
And you
definitely.
cannot, yeah.
So instead of
Uh,
doing that, I guess, just working on being grateful for what you have, working on not letting okay, like again, like because it's still going to come up. Oh,
yeah, I did tell him that. Like, just be happy about what you have, and like, it's easy for you to say because you have a
right.
cope mechanism.
Right, but
Because
I
you
don't
can do it, and I
it's not
can't. I'm
right.
weak.
It's not that easy to do that. What It's work, right? So essentially, if you put your mind to it and you work on it, you can get to a certain level of being content and happy and everything. But unless you put that work in, then it's not going to work. And that's what I guess this is what maybe I should focus on too in life, on working on being happy right now in the moment instead of in the future.
Yeah, that's a difficult, very difficult to be happy in the moment. Like, especially when you have your mindset from the day you were born. It was, always thinking about the future and what you can do and how to get there. Like, my heart is always in the future, not
Yeah.
in present.
A lot
Past
of
or future, past or future.
A lot of us are. A lot of us are. Yes. Like, you know how they say people who live in the past are depressed, people who live in the future are anxious.
So we're both
Yeah, I guess it's
depressed and anxious.
but I don't think we're born with it. We're taught to do that because when children are born, they don't have concept of time and they don't understand the past or the future and they learn the concept as they go.
Hmm.
And it's a useful concept because yes, we have to like we can use the experience that we learned from the past and not make the same mistakes in the future, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a very useful concept. It's just that when it gets too overwhelming, that's when we have to come back to now, right now. What are you doing right now?
Yeah. Two things. First, I remember Julia from St. Petersburg. She left me a message today and she said, so next week we have a podcast with Karen. And I said, no, Karen is today. We're recording it with Nadia. She did it. She jinxed it for the next week.
Oh, that's what happened.
That's what happened.
That's what. Sure. Now we can blame her because she's not.
Yes, yes,
Of
we're
course.
going to blame her. I'm gonna send her a message and blame it all on her, and
Yes.
I'm gonna send her the recording so she can see it second time and understand what she's the whole happiness and what should that was done. And there's a number two things. Have you ever heard about aphantasia,
No.
hyperfantasia?
No.
Okay, I just found out about it. My mind was blown. It was. I still
How do you
trying to.
spell that?
I'm still trying to get over black and white dreams and like that people have no voices in their heads. Like I cannot. I still need to overcome this. And now I got this new concept. No, not concept, but how people's minds work. Aphantasia. So it's basically what I'm telling you. Blue cup. Close your eyes. Do you see blue cup? Do you
Mm-hmm.
see a blue cup? Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Blue cup. Do you see blue cup? A blue cup?
Yes.
Can you change the color to red of that cup?
Yes.
Okay, we have hyperfantasia. People who have aphantasia, when they close their eyes, no matter what you tell them, they cannot imagine things.
Look, it says neurological variation characterized by the inability or significant difficulty in voluntarily creating mental images in one's
Have you
mind.
ever heard of this? I didn't know that people couldn't do this. Like not like I didn't think of it. I didn't even think it was a concept. Like it was like breathing air. And
Um,
my blind was completely. I was blown away. I'm like, how can you not imagine
okay,
pictures?
but what happens? Remember we talked about manifestations.
Exactly.
How do you
No,
manifest if
no,
you
you
cannot
can't.
imagine it?
Probably just a vision board and look at it. Probably that's why they have vision boards for people like that who cannot imagine things. And I'm like, where they read books, they cannot see pictures. They cannot picture it. They can only see words.
I always pictured things
Yes.
and characters, and this is why I was so upset every time I would see like the movie based on the
Yeah,
book.
and the character was completely different.
Yes,
Exactly.
because the
Exactly.
character would not look like the same like as in my head, and I would be like, yeah, no.
Not people for people with aphantasia.
That
Okay.
is interesting.
There's nothing they can imagine. They read the book and they just rationalize that.
They just read the facts,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes. Like I cannot. I don't understand that. Like it's doesn't like. What if they travel, right? Their kids are at home. They cannot see their kids' faces in their head. Their friends' faces.
I
Like
guess not.
how do you live with that?
We have to find a person like that and ask them.
Like there's a lot of people in comments who didn't know that people actually can see images, and like I just learned that other people can actually imagine things. And I'm like, okay, like when I found out people see black and white dreams, like I never had black and white dreams. My dreams are always bright and colorful. Yours as well? Like
Yes,
I'm like, what do you mean black and
yes.
white dream?
My
Then I'm
my
like,
dreams are color. Not only that they're in color, sometimes a certain color is so intense that I like remember that part immensely more than any other part. just because of the color of
They're
that thing.
super bright. My dreams are super bright. And then voices in your head, like people like, oh, my heart is quiet. And like, it took me a while to understand how, because imagine people who have no, I don't know, do you have like your own voice? Do you hear your own voice in your head? Do you have hear
Constantly,
dialogues?
constantly.
Here you go.
Not only that, my dialogues are sometimes in different languages.
Yeah, and they're screaming mad. There's everything. There's so much going on. In people who don't have it, imagine those people. They don't have images in front of their eyes, right? It's all black. They don't have voices in their heads. Their dreams black and white. They go to bed. They slept. They sleep right into dream. There's nothing that stops them from falling asleep. No voices, no images, nothing. When I go to bed, there's so much going on in my head that it's 25 TV constantly on.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I don't know what I would do if
Like, I don't even want like this. Yeah, it's easier probably, but I don't want to live like that. I don't know.
No, but you know what does that for me? I can guarantee you. You know what does that for me is going into, I think it's called, not delta wave. So
Yeah.
when we're sleeping, there's certain waveforms, right, that are going on, and in the deep sleep, it's certain, the REM, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a wave. I can't remember if it's alpha wave or one of them, but one of those waves is basically like the mind rot wave,
Mm-hmm.
where we can watch something, but we're not really like paying attention 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes, when you flip channels, when you
Mm-hmm.
flip channels, your mind, or you scroll, you're doom scrolling, your brain doesn't really work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You kind of just like numb.
But you're
And
thinking
so,
about something else usually in that time. It's
yes,
not like it's completely numb.
but it's not
It never goes numb.
as active. Does that make sense? It's like it's on a down low instead
Yeah,
of
it's
like
relaxing,
actively
but it's
thinking
still
about.
like it's just in
Right. No,
different.
but for me, I think that's what I do whenever like I want to kind of turn off the 25 channels that you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I doom scroll, or I turn on like a stupid show that is mind-numbingly stupid.
Yeah,
That
so you just tune in that
correct.
universe. Yeah.
I kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I tune into that universe, but I tune out
Of
my
your
voices and
25 universes.
thoughts
Yeah.
and et cetera, et cetera. Yes. So I think, yeah, that happens a lot. I do that.
Mm. I don't know. I want to find this person with black in front of his eyes and just try to, like, I've been thinking like probably like narcissists and serial killers, they maybe have this, because they want to see like some other outside excitement, and they want to
Mm.
see even dark, very dark stuff, I say, but like people dying and death in their eyes, like they need to experience something. Maybe people who don't do that, it's because our mind already full of things and we experience so much in our heads that we don't need the outside excitement like that in that level.
Interesting thought. I never really thought of it that way.
Yeah, I never thought about like that before I heard about this aphantasia. I'm like,
But
maybe.
definitely, I think like the psychopaths, right? If we're talking about serial killers who are psychopaths or sociopaths, some of them are saying that from their like interviews with them, et cetera, they are saying that yes, I did this to feel something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because they don't have feelings per se.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
So
maybe there is certain truth to that, to what you're saying. It could be possible that they do the things that they do to make them feel alive.
like imagine there's nothing like literally if there's nothing in front of your eyes,
Mhm.
there's nothing in front of you. I just I can't
Yeah,
grasp
because
this
like
concept.
when
Like
I
it would
fall
be so
asleep,
freaking boring.
I can see pictures. Like I imagine things
Yeah,
pictures. That is
absolutely.
word pictures.
What? Yeah,
And that's how
not
my
words.
brain goes to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I force myself to think about something like pleasant, and that
Yeah.
helps me to fall asleep, and I imagine
Yeah.
and think like that's
Like,
pure manifestation we're talking about. Or when I'm driving, I don't see road, I see completely different things in front of my eyes. It's just
like
the road is
counting
like,
sheep,
mhm.
like counting sheep, right? How do people count sheep if they cannot
That's
count a
exactly
sheep?
what the people, somebody in comments mentioned it. Like when I heard somebody told me count sheep, and I try to imagine it, and I'm like, I just counted like by numbers, but then I found out that people actually see sheep.
Yes. I imagine the sheep, and I imagine them to be different colors, and I imagine them to be fluffy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
like what you're
like,
saying right now, and I see the sheep in front of my eyes.
yeah.
Like I see it now.
Then
How
I
can you
imagine,
not?
and then I imagine the fence. The fence in my head is wooden. It's a wooden fence that they're jumping, but there it's not like a complete fence. It's only one little thing of a fence, sort of like, when they're running to what is that called? When they run to compete, they run like a marathon, but they jump over things,
Yeah. I don't know what's called. But there's a
right?
word, but I won't
There's
remember
a
right
word.
now.
This is what mine kind of looks like, but it's not painted over. It's like just wooden,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, I see it. I
This is
see it.
this is what I imagine
I
when
literally, I literally see it.
yes, and I see the green grass, and the grass has to be green, and and they're when they're jumping, they're all different colors. They're not all the same color. There's this black one, there's this black and white one. There,
Like the picture in my head comes exactly the same, basically time, split second difference with your words. Like you
right?
said, and instantly I see all of these images, and I see you, and I see my room, and so I just don't understand how you can. It just, I'm thinking, poor people, like poor people.
People's brains are so weird.
Well,
People's brains are so weird.
I know. How can you expect people to have the same ideas, to follow the same, goals when their like mindset, they're wired completely differently,
They're
like at
wired
this
differently.
level? That's a
Yes,
two different universes.
yes,
We can
completely.
we cannot, I don't think we can even function together easily with people who can imagine think and can't imagine think. I
Probably,
mean, we can
probably
function
not.
the same. I mean, not differently. We can function
But
differently.
okay,
That's
but think about how sometimes you meet a person and off the bat you know that that's a person I can be friends with,
yes,
or
absolutely. Even from like,
that's a person that
yeah,
is revolting to me and I don't want to do anything with them. And a lot of the times, right, the way that science is explaining it is because we can smell the pheromones and we can smell each other, and that's how we pick people to be friends with, people to be partners with, et cetera, et cetera, when we smell each other,
yeah.
as cats do, as dogs do.
But I think it's more than that.
I
I
think it's a
think
little bit
it's,
more than that. It might be our electrical waves from our brain.
yeah. It has to be some kind of vibes. That's vibration
Yeah.
because it's like you literally feel it. It's not.
Yeah,
It's just you feel you're not connected with that person. You feel
correct.
that
Yes.
vibe. You
And
feel
sometimes like
uncomfortable.
I see a person sometimes, like, and it could be like a distance away, not just like very close contact, right? It
Yeah,
could be a distance away, and I can already feel like I don't like that person for whatever
yeah.
reason. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't even say anything. They didn't open their mouth yet. I'm like, I don't
There
like
no
you.
there's no smell that you can possibly
Exactly.
pick
Like,
up. Yeah,
I do not like you.
yeah, yeah. And there's like when you go to new school, a new class, or whatever, you've been there, I've been there, and you look at this, sea of people, 30 or whatever people in the classroom, and this girl I'm gonna be friends with.
Mhm, mhm,
And you're gonna
mhm.
start talking with that girl, and
Yes,
it works. And
yes,
it works.
yes.
It's not smell. It's like there's hundreds of smells. We're not dogs. We don't have that sense of smell. Some people don't have sense of smell at all, and they find these people anyway.
That's
It's
true.
it's so much more. But the people are so complex, the
We are
human
we are we
beings.
are super complex, and definitely this is something that scientists need to keep working on. But there's so many things to discover. Like lately, we've been talking about the Korean and Japanese scientists that are developing by various types of drugs to help grow teeth.
I know. I don't know if it's like I have difficult time to believe it, but I hope it's true.
Well, I mean, they're saying it's working and they're running experiments right now. It
How
looks
do
like
can you get it already or not yet?
no, no, I don't think you
Not
can get
yet.
it.
Okay.
I think they're in a
Because I
stage of
would get it. I would
like
take
experimentation
it.
and everything. And the last I read, as reliable as it could be, they said that they were having trouble because they didn't know yet how to specifically tell your body to make only one tooth where the tooth is missing instead
Yeah.
of
And they grow shark teeth.
growing several teeth. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that was a problem that they encountered. Another thing that I'm specifically very interested in is an injection for the cats to prolong their lives.
Ooh.
So
Somebody works on that?
yes, Japanese,
Wow.
they have already released a statement that the drug is very much under experimentation right now, and they are promising that your cat can live up to 30 years.
What it will turn into something like in Pet Cemetery.
I don't know if it will or if it will
And
not.
choke you at night.
Listen, I'm willing to risk it.
You're willing to risk it.
I don't want to lose my baby too
I
early.
know. Oh my gosh. Wow. The things people they're working on right
And
now
so
on.
can you imagine? So imagine those people who are working on those things, right? They must have an imagination.
Oh,
They
yeah.
must have something to think of the concept, to think of, how we're going to make this drug, right? How we're going to
It,
produce it.
it has to be to come from somewhere initially.
Exactly.
It cannot be just a plain thought made of letters. Like
Exactly. I think so. I don't think that you can just like think of it in plain terms, like just as words, like you said,
like
right?
yeah, like formula. But you can't even imagine form. You can't even imagine words. You can't imagine anything.
Right,
No,
right.
no, no.
So I think those people who are working on those things, they can have like they don't have aphantasia. They have to imagine.
Hyperfantasia.
They
So,
have
so,
to.
yeah, it. But they say that's aphantasia. It's about 5 people of. I mean, 5% of the population, but I think it's more just because based on the comments I read, in comments there's like just a lot of people. It's not like if everyone is has imagination and only one person who's like,
Mhm.
oh my god, I cannot believe I'm in this environment. No, it's tons of people who are
Right.
with that issue, and they're like surprised. Some of them learn just from that post, some of them learned a year ago. It's like not known knowledge actually.
But also, isn't it funny how we always judge what people should and should not do and should not be able to do from our own standpoint?
Yeah.
Because we think if we see colored dreams, then everybody sees colored dreams.
Mm-hmm.
If we can imagine things, then everyone can imagine things.
Yeah. And there's actually 5 levels of this from hyperfantasia to aphantasia. So you see, like they show like a very bright apple with details, and this
Mhm,
is go dimmer, dimmer. It goes gray and white, and there's
mhm,
like just a silhouette of it, and it's like completely gone, just the
mhm.
blackness. So
Yeah,
people have different level of this. I don't know what it is,
yeah.
mental capacity. I don't know. Probably
Definitely.
right. Mental
But
capacity. What
but
else?
but again, also another thing is that we interpret what our brain tells us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, I can think that I'm imagining an apple that is full of colors and I see the light and I see where the shadow is and I see, all kinds of things, how shiny it is, et cetera, et cetera. But how can you really see that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is what my brain tells me I can see.
Yeah. How does it work in general? Where do we get this information, right? Where this
So, okay,
translation is coming
but
from?
right, but if you take something that I have never seen, for example, like I don't know, like the problem is that a lot of the concepts are already introduced in our head. So if you tell me, imagine an alien, right? Whatever I'm imagining from the images that I already seen,
Hmm.
right? If you tell me, imagine a cup, imagine an apple, imagine whatever, those are the images that I have seen.
Basically, memories, right? Hmm.
Yes. So I'm thinking, what if it's something that like all of the concepts essentially, like even if you tell me, oh, imagine your dream house, right? But the details of the dream house, I have already seen the details in different other places, right? It's not like even if I created it in my head, it's still not 100% original.
Yeah, but maybe it could if you try, like
Yeah, but
architects,
even but
right?
even but
Like
even if you
architects
try.
do. But also, yeah, if we think about it, we have different levels of an imagination. There's creative people who have this, and people who are not creative. For example, I can write books, I can imagine, scripts and characters and plots and all of that. But when it comes to visual arts and like draw something or paint something, I can only basically copy or paint something I saw, but I cannot like be Salvador Dali, you know? Like
Right.
like
Yes.
my imagination is verbal,
Right.
but this is visual
Mm-hmm.
and emotional, more emotional because writing is very emotional, psychological. But these people who are artists and architects, that's how they see their work. It's very different from what we see, right, and live in, because they can imagine this house with all kind of details, right?
Yes.
They can imagine rockets.
You know what I was just thinking about right now?
What?
Um, you know what we need to do?
No, tell me.
Oh my God, my cat just like knocked everything off of the table. Um, what we need to do is we need to get together and I need to give you all of my ideas that are in my head about books that will never become true. And maybe you can make them true.
First, I need to finish the book that I started.
Oh, there you go. Finish the book that you started, and
See,
then
I'm like, when I'm gonna retire, and I'm gonna start writing again. Because yeah, it's a process. It's a
oh,
long
definitely,
process.
definitely it's
Yeah,
a process. But the thing is that I tried, and I don't think I can make it through a thing. But I have ideas. I have great ideas. I think I personally think my ideas are great, but they might not be.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in my
That's
head,
yeah. See, we're all also work differently. Like my brain can do it, your brain can do other stuff that my won't, right? And yeah, very fascinating. I think we're fascinating how, um, and we should praise ourselves for that.
yeah, and
For
then
how
think
for how
about
amazing we are, how the universe gifted us
yes,
with these particular things. Like when I thought about this concept, I'm like, thank you, universe, that you gave me this ability to see these images. Oh
yeah,
my God, I'm so grateful all of a sudden, like for this, to have this. And screw the voices in my head.
because
Do whatever you want, have a
we can,
party.
we can self entertain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's pretty cool, I think. But think
it's
about
super cool.
like my cat right now. So she's sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Can she see things? I don't
I don't,
know.
yeah, no, we don't know. No one knows.
Maybe
Some
she
people
can.
think so. No. Well,
Maybe she
dogs definitely see dreams because they're like running their dreams. They move
no,
their
no,
legs
no.
and
But
stuff.
I can see sometimes like her eyes are twitching, her little paws are doing, their own thing.
It
So
has to be a dream, right? It's not
yeah,
just involuntarily like twitch, some
you
kind of
know, yeah.
physical.
I'm pretty sure she sees a dream, but what kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's interesting to see, like, what do you see?
Yeah, yeah. And maybe cats also have that. Some cats can imagine, and some cats can't.
Maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe,
It's
definitely.
probably true. And maybe if they could write, they could probably write book or paint something. It's yeah, it's just absolutely fascinating. I was so obsessed with like brain a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. I read so many books on just how brain works. I just was absolutely fascinated, and I never came across this one, aphantasia, never.
We don't really know. We don't really know if
Not the whole grasp of it. No, just basic neurons and stuff like this. Um, but not have them exactly like they have studies and all of that, and they can think they explain stuff like, for example, we like or don't like each other based on smell, but
yeah.
is it true? Or it's just
Or
theories?
or remember how well, I don't know if you remember, but in general, science was telling us that for many, many years that the first sperm that gets to the egg, that is the sperm that gets inside of the egg and becomes a child. So now the scientists are saying that's not true. It's not whoever gets there first, it's whoever the egg selects.
Hmm.
So an egg
Hmm.
can reject a sperm if it doesn't like it for whatever other reason. And they're saying that it has to do with chemical biomarkers that the sperm has. So essentially, if the sperm that got there
So it
first,
has different biomarks.
yes, if the sperm that got there first, if the egg says you're not good enough because you don't have enough, I don't know, protein or whatever, like any other biochemical markers that it's looking at, it won't let it in.
Well, obviously, it does a lot of mistakes, makes a lot of mistakes, obviously.
No, but you see how
Otherwise, all children would be like perfect and would not have any like issues, right?
no, but this is also nature versus nurture, right? Also, there's other
No,
things.
I mean, some kids just born with damaged DNA and stuff like that. You know, like
Right, but
mental problems.
the damage could happen afterwards. Like while,
Yeah,
right, it's not necessarily the
but some, I mean, some
but also
from the beginning.
or maybe that was really the best one. We don't know that.
Damn, that's. But then they have healthy kids after that or before that.
Again, because men's sperm changes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like for women, our eggs are our eggs and that's it. We have our
Mm-hmm.
eggs since we're born and that's the amount of eggs that we have and it is what it is. But for
Yeah.
men, their sperm changes all the time. So at some point, like if a man is like working out, doing a really good diet, et cetera, the sperm quality can be this. And then if they're smoking, drinking, overweight, doing this and that, whatever, not exercising, the sperm quality is different. So you never know. But it's just mind blowing how science is now showing us that our concept was wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna see in the future. It's absolutely fascinating and new things we see and hear and learn. And not just it's not just AI that is new and new concept for us. It's like everything,
Everything.
everything.
Yes,
And,
yes. And it's the more you know, the less that type of situation.
exactly. But again, not for everyone. Some people they just know. They just know everything and they don't need to learn anything new because yeah,
And
yeah,
Susie's having a good dream. She's turning around.
yeah.
Yes. Baby on
Susie.
my computer. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what who this podcast will be interested for, but I hope people just as fascinated as us with everything that's going on because anything like this is interesting to me. Always.
I think people with like us, I personally think I have undiagnosed ADHD a little bit because I tend to do certain things that are very characteristic to people with ADHD, and so I guess maybe people like us will like it.
Yeah. Just in general, curious people who learn all the time, who never stop.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of those people.
Yep,
Plenty.
that's true.
Which is great
Yes,
because TikTok is not everything. People, you have
yes,
to you're not gonna learn everything from TikTok. Even though
definitely.
that particular concept aphantasia or not concept, I
Mhm.
don't even know what it is. Mental capacity capability I learned from TikTok.
TikTok. That's pretty
Yep,
cool. Yes.
yep.
So everyone who likes to listen to us, go ahead and subscribe. Remember us the next time you're talking to your friends and ask them if they can see things in front of their eyes or they cannot. That would be very
You will be fascinated. Yeah.
yes, yes. And
Maybe you are the one who don't see things. Write
exactly.
in comments because
Go
I want
ahead.
to see you. I want to hear from you. I want to understand how it's
How it
possible,
works. Yes.
how it works. Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Thanks
Okay.
everyone for the time.
Yes. And see you next time, guys. Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye.